Tell me, ladies, have you ever walked into a room and somehow ended up responsible for everything that went wrong? Even when you didn't do a thing. Yeah. The coffee spills? Your fault. The group falls apart? Must be your attitude. Someone's feelings get hurt? Obviously your vibe. Sound familiar? Then you're probably a Sigma female. And baby, this video is for you. Because when you're powerful, calm, and self-assured, people get real uncomfortable. They don't know how to handle that energy. So what do? They blame you for everything they can't control. But here's the twist. You don't crumble. You don't argue. You don't even flinch. You handle it like a queen who knows her worth. And that's exactly what we're breaking down today. So sit tight, ladies, because we're diving deep into 10 powerful ways Sigma females handle being blamed for everything, and why it only makes them more unstoppable. Welcome back, ladies. You already know what time it is. This is your space, the Sigma space, the home of confidence, mystery, independence, and that unshakable feminine power that leaves the world guessing. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button right now. Because once you tap into your Sigma energy, there's no going back. You'll start walking, talking, and glowing differently. And trust me, the world will notice. Now let's get into it. Number 1. She doesn't take it personally. She sees the projection. Here's the thing most people don't understand about Sigma females. You can't guilt trip someone who doesn't take things personally. When people blame a Sigma, she knows it's not about her. It's about them, their insecurities, their ego, their lack of accountability. See, when you're confident and self-contained, you become a mirror. You reflect people's weaknesses back at them, and that freaks them out. So instead of facing their own mess, they toss it at you like, she's the problem. But the Sigma female? She just smiles. Because she knows projection when she sees it. She doesn't argue, doesn't defend herself, doesn't need to. She just thinks, sweetheart, that's your shadow, not mine. That's the beauty of being Sigma. You don't absorb the blame. You observe it. Number 2. She lets silence do the talking. You ever notice how silence can be louder than any comeback? When most people get blamed, they explode, defend, argue, fight for their name. But a Sigma? She just goes quiet. And that silence? Oh, it burns. Because when you say nothing, people start replaying what they said. They start doubting themselves. They wonder if they went too far. That's psychological warfare 101. And the Sigma female has mastered it. She knows that silence isn't weakness. It's power in disguise. When she doesn't respond, she's not ignoring the situation. She's controlling it. Because sometimes the most powerful thing you can say is nothing at all. Number 3. She analyzes before she reacts. While everyone else is busy pointing fingers, the Sigma female is analyzing. She's asking herself, what really caused this situation? Who's projecting what? What's the motive behind the blame? She doesn't act out of emotion. She acts out of strategy. And that's what separates her from the rest. While the average person reacts immediately, she pauses, observes, and then decides if it's even worth her energy. You can't manipulate someone who knows how to pause before reacting. That's why people find her intimidating. They can't predict her moves. Her calmness in chaos, that's her superpower. Number 4. She doesn't argue, she detaches. Here's a brutal truth. Arguing with small minds drains big energy. And Sigma females know this better than anyone. So when the blame starts flying, she doesn't waste her breath defending herself. She just disconnects. Emotionally, mentally, energetically. She removes herself from the drama and goes cold. Not out of spite, but out of self-respect. Because when you know your worth, you don't need to prove your innocence to people who've already made up their minds. Her detachment is her declaration. Believe what you want. I'm still good. And that kind of peace? It drives her haters insane. Number 5. She observes patterns, not words. See, a Sigma female doesn't just listen to what people say. She watches what they do. When someone blames her, she doesn't focus on the accusation itself. She looks at the pattern. Is this person always avoiding responsibility? Do they always play victim when things go wrong? Are they threatened by strong women? The Sigma collects data like a detective, calm, observant, and calculating, because she knows the truth always exposes itself. And when it does, she doesn't need to say, "I told you so." The silence of her accuracy speaks louder than any words ever could. Number 6. She uses blame as a mirror for growth. Now here's what separates a Sigma female from everyone else. She turns every attack into self-mastery. When people blame her, she doesn't crumble. She asks herself, is there even 1% of truth in this? If so, how can I grow from it? That's emotional intelligence on another level. Because even if the blame was unfair, she uses it as a tool for reflection, not rejection. She understands that power isn't about being flawless. It's about turning every situation, even the unfair ones, into an opportunity to level up. And that mindset, that's unstoppable. Number 7. She refuses to carry emotional weight that isn't hers. Ladies, let's be honest. Women are often taught to carry everyone's emotions like it's their job. But the Sigma female? She politely declines that nonsense. She's not a therapist for grown adults who won't fix themselves. She's not a punching bag for people's frustration. She's not an emotional landfill. When people try to dump their negativity on her, she mentally steps aside. She says, that energy doesn't belong to me. She releases it. And that's what keeps her spirit clean, her aura calm, and her energy magnetic. Number 8. She keeps her circle tiny, but solid. Sigma females know this. When people blame you for everything, it's often because they were never for you to begin with. So instead of chasing approval or trying to fix fake friendships, she narrows her circle. She'd rather have 2 real people than 10 fake ones. She values loyalty over popularity and peace over company. Because at the end of the day, she doesn't need a crowd, she needs clarity. Her energy is sacred, and not everyone deserves access to it. Number 9. She lets time expose the truth. Here's the cold, classy Sigma move. She never rushes to clear her name. She knows that truth has a funny way of surfacing all on its own. And when it does, everyone who blamed her looks foolish without her saying a word. That's the Sigma way. Patience with a purpose. Because when you're aligned with truth, time becomes your loudest ally. She lets the universe do the talking, and when the dust settles, she's still standing, calm, composed, and completely unbothered. Number 10. She rises regardless. This is where it all comes together. When the world points fingers, the Sigma female doesn't hide. She rises. She takes all that blame, all that noise, all that misunderstanding, and turns it into rocket fuel. While others waste time gossiping about her, she's out there making moves. While they're busy labeling her, she's busy leveling up. And before they even realize it, she's already miles ahead. Glowing, thriving, untouchable. Because that's what Sigma females do. They don't crumble under pressure. They become diamonds because of it. So ladies, here's the takeaway. Being blamed for everything isn't a curse, it's a compliment. It means you're powerful enough to shake people's comfort zones. You're bold enough to hold your boundaries. You're rare enough to be misunderstood. Never dim your light just because it exposes other people's shadows. Let them talk, let them blame, let them twist stories. Because at the end of the day, your truth speaks louder than their noise. Keep your peace. Keep your power. And remember, silence and self-respect will always win the long game. If this spoke to your Sigma soul, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more powerful Sigma female wisdom every week. And as always, ladies, having said this, I'll see you in the next one.